you a caregiver caring for someone with dementia? Well, today we're going to talk about some of those tough emotions that caregivers often experience but don't want to talk about because they're taboo or because they're too ashamed. But it's important to bring these emotions forward so that we can do the first things first, which is normalizing those feelings. It's completely normal to feel the range of emotions that you feel as a caregiver. I'm Laura Wilkerson, board certified nurse practitioner, and I'm here to support you throughout your caregiving journey. You're definitely not alone. The first feeling that we're going to talk about is resentment. You may be the child caring for your parent, or you may be the spouse caring for your loved one, and you may feel some resentment building up. This may feel like a huge, heavy burden to carry because many caregivers feel like they're serving a life sentence, and that feels so taboo, like we can't talk about it. A person might often think, what has my life come to? What happened to all of the dreams that I had, the plans that I had for myself and my loved one? They've sort of felt like they've evaporated overnight. You might find yourself mourning for the life that you thought that you would lead, feeling trapped in a situation that seems like there's no end in mind. This sense of entrapment that you feel can breed feelings of anger and frustration, and it's normal to feel this way. The next emotion that we're going to talk about is guilt. Many caregivers wrestle with the belief that they should be able to have everything, and yet they face certain limitations. Perhaps you're caring for your husband and you're 5'4" and your husband's 6'5". Well, this is a limitation that you have as a caregiver, and you might not be able to provide that level of care to him. So you have to find someone else to come into the home. Don't feel guilty over this. This is one, a form of self-care, and two, recognizing your limitations. Like you're not able to care for your loved one as you believe that you should. But it's important to remind yourself that you're human too, and that needing help or feeling overwhelmed doesn't make you a bad caregiver. The next emotion that we're going to talk about is anger, a feeling that can come up often in the caregiving role. You may feel anger toward the situation itself, or you may feel some resentment toward your family members for not helping you as much as you think that they should, or offering their opinion. You might feel like you're shouldering the entire burden of caregiving while everyone else seems to go about living their lives unaffected by your person with dementia. It's okay to express anger. This doesn't make you less caring and it doesn't make you less loving. It just shows that you're overwhelmed by the demands of caregiving. And this is normal. There's also the sense of feeling disgruntled. You may be disgruntled about some of the tasks of caregiving. You may never have assumed that you would be bathing your person with dementia. You may never have anticipated that you would be changing them when they're soiled. And these feelings can become exhausting and super frustrating. You may find yourself wishing for a break or a moment where you can just breathe and have a moment to yourself without any responsibilities weighing you down. When you're exhausted, these tasks can feel so heavy and so burdensome. So it's crucial that you acknowledge that these feelings are normal and that many caregivers have them. As these feelings accumulate, it can feel like you're stuck in a nightmare where you feel like there's no end in mind and every day is a struggle. But by acknowledging your feelings, it's essential that you realize that you're not alone in this. Many caregivers feel trapped in the cycle of emotions, and it's okay to reach out for help. Seeking support doesn't diminish your love for your loved one, but it acknowledges that you also need some care. You also need somebody to hear your feelings, to vent to, and to talk to understand. So, what can you do when these feelings happen? Well, first, you acknowledge them. It's okay to feel resentful. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel guilty. These feelings are all valid, and you might consider journaling or talking to a trusted friend or a counselor about these experiences. Sometimes just putting your feelings down on paper can provide a sense of relief, whether you do nothing with them at all. Consider joining a support group online or in person if you can. Having a community of caregivers can make a world of difference. Remember, it's crucial that you prioritize your well being too. So if you're not taking care of yourself, how can you possibly take care of your loved one? Another tip for you is to set boundaries. You don't have to do everything alone. If family members are willing to help, be open to what they might be able to help you with. But sometimes people don't step in because they're unsure of how to assist or because they might think that you're handling everything just fine. But by communicating your needs and by telling your person's story so that they can take care of them, that's one way you can help ease some of the anger and resentment that you have. And lastly, make sure that you're trying to carve some time out for yourself every single day. If it's enjoying a book, a quiet cup of coffee, or just spending a moment to be quiet to yourself and recharge your emotional batteries, you deserve to find joy amidst all of the challenges that you have. Just remember, feeling resentment, guilt, or anger doesn't make you a bad caregiver. It makes you human. And it's normal to feel this way. Acknowledging and normalizing these feelings is first step in finding peace and support in your journey. Thank you for joining me today. If you found something helpful that helps you overcome guilt or anger, resentment, or any of the wide range of emotions that you feel as a caregiver, drop them in the comments below because we're a community where we support one another. I'll see you soon.